This is the JRV Morning Show, and I am your host, J. Richard Varvel, coming to you live. So I found a new spot, and I got a little throat lozenge to keep my throat moist on this hot day. So I started at Tevis Park, and had some technical difficulties. Even though I had 3 bars, it still wasn't connecting for some reason, and it was kept dropping off. So, good morning, Hope. Welcome to the show. I'm glad you're able to still tune in and join me this morning. I appreciate it. I always enjoy your presence, all your love and light, yes, and all that beauty inside and out. Thank you for tuning in and joining me this morning. So I'm here, and I wanted to be at Tevis Park because, as I was beginning to say, it is it was a park where I used to spend a lot of time, because that's where my mom's house was before we sold it. And we moved in there back in 1990, and we moved out in 2016. And so it was I think 25 or 26 years worth of time there. And even though I wasn't there the whole time, my mom was, and I was definitely came back for visits all the time. So it was definitely crazy when the fire happened and burned it down. Not really down to the ground, but burned out the inside, so everything had to be redone. And then we were able to transform the house, and then it became clear that it was time to go, time to leave. And so I wanted to go back there just because I feel like there's some kind of bigger circle things happening for me, where different energies are coming around, coming full circle, so to speak. And so I just felt like it would have been a good spot. However, the technology and the synchronicity of all didn't work out. So I headed over here now to Riverwalk Park, and it is also in the southwest part of town, just in another part of town, a little bit, I don't know, a few miles away. And it's another beautiful park, and I've had success here connecting, so I figured that I wouldn't have any trouble. And again, I'm not having any trouble now. So I just trust that now I have found the perfect spot for the morning, and I trust that all is well. So good morning, everybody. That was a little long-winded. Welcome to the show. Today's a great day. It's been a great week so far. And even though I still feel like I'm in the midst of this process where a lot is being completed from my old life, and then much opportunities, much creative energy, much is coming out of me to begin to start anew. And so as things are ending, things are beginning, and it's definitely all happening simultaneously. So there are some times that my mind struggles, and that's why I want to talk about it, because our mind has a really hard time dealing with all of these variables. They have a way of blowing the circuits, blowing out our mind, because in essence, we're having to blow out these realities, these belief systems that really are not true. And so I know one thing I notice about the universe is when I say something very specific, like the only way, I'm trying to think of something like real and not stupid. A real example, give me a real example, come on. So what I'm trying to get at is this whole idea that, everybody just look at the pretty lake. Okay, so thanks. So the that thought went totally right out of my mind, like literally gone. Can't even tell you what I was trying to tell you. So I'm gonna go with that and trust that it will come back, and then I will be able to finish for whatever reason that got stopped. Okay, so in order to get that train rolling again, I'm gonna go ahead and do the card reading of the day. We'll see if that topic comes back, and then we'll do the meditation. Thank you, Hope, again for being here and joining me this morning. It's a wild day. Apparently, more wild than I thought it was. Okay. Ooh. That could have been the card. Let's see. Woo! we dropped a lot here, so let's keep it shuffling here. Card of the day, highest and best good. One more good one here. Alright, let's cut the deck. And speak your truth. Speak your truth. Okay, so it's a beautiful card. It has many of the colors that I love, the violets, the blues. It's really, think of this being in your throat chakra, opening you up. You know, see this infinity movement here. So speaking our truth is very important, because when we don't speak our truth, we're holding back. And when we're holding back, we're literally, so you can think of it as like a valve at home for the hose. And you know, when you turn the valve open, the water flows easily. When you start to close the valve, it slows the water flow down. So in the very same way, when we hold back, when we don't speak our truth, it begins to turn that valve down from our own energy. And so we're like, if we do it time and time again, we constantly play small, we don't speak our truth, we don't say what we mean, we don't say what we really want to say because we're afraid of the other person and we might hurt their feelings. We might get into an uncomfortable situation. We might get into a conversation that we're afraid to get in, and we don't know how they're going to handle it, so we hold back. So I know there's a lot of good reasons. At least I saw them as good reasons at different points in my life. But what I've noticed and what I found out in that process of speaking my truth and coming back into myself is that every time I didn't speak my truth and held back, I was literally turning myself down, shutting my energy valve off, and becoming smaller and smaller and smaller. So speaking our truth allows us to get that flow going back, you know, turn that flow wide open, allowing our energies to flow. When we're coming from our heart space, we don't have to worry about what we're saying per se, that we're gonna, you know, hurt somebody, because if we're coming from our heart and we're coming from our authenticity, we're not coming from a place of an intention of manipulation or control. So there, you know, if someone is hurt, it isn't something that came about intentionally, although it might come about, but it's more or less something that then two adults could have a conversation about, not getting so personally attached to what is being talked about. So then that way a conversation can happen and healing can happen. Okay, anyways, so my point is the bigger point, how you decide to do the work and how you decide to open up that valve and speak your truth is up to you. I definitely give different tips and tricks along the way here on the show, and if you were to have a private session with me, we would go deeper and make it unique and different for you specifically. But in this case, I really just want to talk about this whole idea of when we're speaking our truth, our energy valve is wide open, it's flowing, we're flowing, and when we don't speak our truth or we hold ourselves back, we are turning that valve off, we're turning our energy down, and we are becoming more and more invisible. Okay, so that's what just feels complete about the card of the day. So speak your truth, it's worth it. Be brave and courageous. We have nothing to lose here. There's already a ton of suffering going on this planet. So how about we turn it around? So another thing I wanted to talk about that I just saw today, and it's from a friend on Facebook, Emmanuel Dogger, and he was talking about the whole idea of abundance and lack. And this was kind of a mind-blowing thought for me when he said it, and it was this whole idea that lack is an abundance of energy just focused towards something that is uncomfortable, or how did he say it? What is going on with me today? I remembered it in the car just fine. Okay, so I'm gonna post it because it's like this 4-minute video. I think it's totally worth watching for everybody, especially if you have issues with lack, or have had issues with lack, or even if you just want a different perspective. I'm gonna post it because how he reframed it was really good for me, and then just seeing that lack is still an abundance. It's just we're focusing that abundance of energy on something that's uncomfortable for us, but it's still abundance. Okay, so again, he makes it even prettier. And so I'm going to go ahead and post that video in the comments after the show, and then that way you guys can check it out yourself if you're interested. So let's go ahead and close our eyes and get into the meditation. All right, so let's begin to grow roots from the base of our spine and the bottoms of our feet down into the center of Mother Earth. This is grounding our energy consciously with the earth energy, consciously connecting our energy with the earth energy. Take this moment to say hello and extend your gratitude, appreciation, and love to the earth. She's alive, she's awake, she's aware, and she's conscious. Yes, and she loves connecting with us in this way. We are connected. However, some of us have forgotten how to do that consciously, to consciously become aware of our connection, to consciously utilize our connection for good, for love, to create win-wins. Now I would like you to become aware of a personal sun that is blazing within your heart space. And I would like you to notice it getting brighter and brighter and bigger and bigger and brighter and brighter and bigger and bigger. It's growing past your physical body, out 13 feet today, and it is powered by the infinite source of energy that is pouring out through you from the center of your heart space out like a star in every direction, powering your personal sun and radiating off your light out into the universe. Yes, yes, yes. That is how powerful you are. Are you consciously aware of it though, or not? This is one of the ways we can become consciously aware of that power, of that energy, as well as connect with it, utilizing our imagination, one of the most powerful tools in our spiritual toolbox. So feel what it feels like to be within your sun, your own personal sun, your own personal energy. This is what's animating you and your reality, your gifts and abilities. And within it is your connection to the infinite awareness of the entire universe, as well as your connection to the infinite source of energy within you. But it's, again, pouring out like a star in every direction from the center of your heart space out. Beautiful. Smile, yes, feel your beauty, feel your love, feel your uniqueness. Feel all that is good about you and give yourself a big hug. Let go of the nonsense, let go of the doubt, let go of all the things that hold you back, that tell you you're not good enough, that you're not strong enough, you're not brave enough, you're not pretty enough, you're not handsome enough, your body isn't in good enough, in shape enough. Let that all go. Start from wherever you are, right here and right now. It's acknowledging where we are and then moving from there. It doesn't do us any good to ignore what's going on all around us in our own life. I'm tuning in here to see what the energy activity of the day will be. All right, we're gonna go to Cabo San Lucas at the very tippy tip of the peninsula of Baja California down in Mexico. we're gonna go. There's this beautiful formation that's the very tail end of the landmass. This beautiful rock formation. And if you haven't ever been to Cabo San Lucas, just imagine this beautiful formation at the where the end of the landmass meets the ocean. And I'd like you to take yourself there now, lifting off in your personal sun, getting there faster than a flash. And I would like you to land there on the beach, right there on the very tippy point of the end of Baja California, looking out towards the water. I would like you to notice some dolphins dancing out in the waves, making their presence known, that they are here. They are part of this magical healing session, this healing time that we are having together. You can hear their sounds, feel into their energy. Dolphins are very high vibration, high consciousness beings, and they're also here to assist us in reaching higher states of awareness, higher states of consciousness, as well as to show us how we can connect with the animal kingdom in a very intelligent way. Wonderful. So I'd like you just to put your feet in the water, allow the waves to wash up and down across your feet, feeling that warm water, feeling that ocean energy coming in and out, and in and out. Yes. I would like you to just feel this energy moving in and out of your entire energy field, dissolving all lack and limitation, all perceptions that are askew, that are not a true reflection of our highest and best good and the truth of what we know to be. Just allow all that to melt away, making more room for more light, more love, more truth than ever before, allowing us to speak our own truth, to tune in how we feel and what we want to create easier and easier and easier than ever. And right now, give yourself permission to be brave and courageous, to speak your truth in the world, to be the light that you are, the love that you are, and all of your beauty and all of your radiance, without any need to feel like you need to shrink it, and do just the opposite, to grow it bigger and bigger and bigger, pushing your radiance out. Yes. Beautiful, guys. Everybody's doing a great job. Everybody tuning in live, as well as everybody tuning in the archives. Remember, it doesn't matter. It's all here. It's all encoded in this video. And we are all able to experience the power of joining forces collectively. Beautiful. We're just going to spend a couple more moments here. Notice any ahas, notice any inspirations, notice any breadcrumbs the universe is leaving you in this now moment. Using any noise, any traffic noise, any other noise as an opportunity to go deeper within yourself, underneath the noise, beyond the distraction. right, so we're going to now take this opportunity to thank ourselves, thank our entire Light Align team, thanking Mother Earth, Father Sky, the entire universe, and all the many components that make up this magical, wondrous place that we get to play, that we get to have life experience. And that's just what we know to be true right here from this space and place, and there's so much more beyond. Thank yourself that you are being open for what else is available for you. You are not trapped, you are not stuck. You're able to move about freely. And if that does not feel true to you, then it's a matter of perceptual changes, as well as an opportunity to reevaluate, where you might want to reorient and maybe move in a different direction, whether it's physically or whether it's a new workout routine, a different food choices, different ways of thinking, all the above, a little bit of each one, however it goes for you. Give yourself a huge pat on the back. Great job. All right, we're flying faster than a flash back to where we are physically located, and we begin to wiggle our fingers and toes and open up our eyes whenever we are ready. Great job, everybody. That was an awesome meditation. I feel lots of great energy with that one. It goes very deep, and I love also the aspect of being able to clear away all that gets in our way, that we feel like that gets in our way. Sometimes it's just, again, like that came through in the meditation, where we just turn it around, turn how we look at the situation that we're in around, so it actually then benefits us. You know, we are storytellers. We're telling a story here. And so if we're telling a bad story, we're inviting those quote-unquote bad things in to our reality. If we're telling a good story, an uplifting story, a story full of win-wins and miracles and magic, well, then we're inviting that into our story. So it's really also, too, how are we talking about what we are experiencing? It's all part of us in bringing into our reality what we want. And again, that's why bringing our conscious awareness to it is so important, because if we don't understand that, we can be bringing a lot of what we don't want and then not understanding why. And that can be very frustrating. All right, so again, I want to just thank everybody for tuning in and joining me live this morning. It was a great show. Thank you for being flexible with me changing locations and getting to a place where I have signal strength to connect. Again, I'm so grateful to be here with you weekday mornings at 11. And I will leave with one final note. I'm available for private readings and energy healing sessions. You can find out more details on my website, jrichardvarvel.com, and then click on the book an appointment button, and that takes you to my virtual assistant, and all the different sessions are there. And it's very intuitive and easy to use. And you can also call me the old-fashioned way at 818-216-1050, and I can help you set up an appointment as well as answer any questions for you that way. All right, I want you all to know that I love you tremendously, and I just feel tons and tons and tons and tons of love just radiating out, meeting you where you are, touching your heart space, and I feel the love that is coming back. And again, everybody, just give yourself a big hug. That was one thing that my team told me. There's never, ever, ever a point where we can give ourselves too much love. Never, ever, ever, ever a point where that can happen. So keep loving yourself. Keep loving yourself through this process. It does have ups and downs. It has all kinds of crazy things that happen, but it's all part of the fun. It's all part of the experience. And it's all part of helping us to grow and expand and to get to know and remember who we really are. And to have fun while we're doing it. So anyhow, everybody, thank you for tuning in and joining me live. I'll be back tomorrow at 11. Until then, I will see you then. Bye-bye, and I'm surrounding everybody with a big, huge, giant hug love.